Here's everything you need to know about the TikTok ban in the United States. The first thing you need to know is that TikTok was banned because of Israel, not China. Let me explain. You remember when Israel started its self-defense campaign in Palestine in 2023? The first thing the most moral country in the world did was to block access to journalists. No mainstream media was allowed into Palestine. So how did the mainstream media keep reporting on what was happening in Palestine? They just reported whatever the IDF and Israel told them. Basically, very high journalism standards. Meanwhile, the only way actual news could get out of Palestine was by local journalists and local citizens and civilians actually recording the real events happening in Palestine on their mobile phones and posting them onto Telegram and then onto TikTok. And this became a big problem for Israel because they couldn't control the narrative anymore. We all got to know about it because of a leaked voice memo of Jonathan Greenblatt, the head of the ADL or the Anti-Defamation League, in which he said that the biggest threat to Israel was TikTok. Now, the American Congress is almost completely controlled by Israel through the AIPAC because it's like the beacon of democracy to the rest of the world, so makes sense. Now, the American government has no backdoor access into Telegram, and the CEO of Telegram refused to give them that, so he got arrested. Meanwhile, TikTok was whooping Mark Zuckerberg's ass. Just destroying Instagram, and Facebook was already dead. So all these wonderful people got together and created that narrative that China is stealing everybody's data because TikTok is owned by a Chinese company. So they banned TikTok. But they underestimated the American TikTok users. There are over 170 million users of TikTok in the United States, and millions of them have used TikTok to run their businesses. And they've added billions of dollars to the US economy. And they don't care that their data is stolen by a Chinese company. They don't give a shit. Also, they all hate Mark Zuckerberg. So what did they do? They decided to all move to Red Note, which is the original Chinese version of TikTok and is owned by the Chinese Communist Party. All the American users of TikTok were like, oh, you guys are scared that China is going to steal our data? Hey, China, here's all of our data. And fuck you to the American government and fuck you to Mark Zuckerberg. So as of this week, Red Note or Redbook is the #1 downloaded app in all app stores all over the world. And the share price of Meta has taken a dive. So it's fair to say that things didn't go according to plan for the US politicians and for Mark Zuckerberg. But wait till you hear this next part. Americans are now on this Chinese app talking to real Chinese people for the first time in their lives. And their minds are being blown. Americans are finding out that their government has been lying to them about China forever. And they're seeing how nice Chinese people are, and a bunch of other stuff which I'll not get into right now. But things are getting interesting.